Hey guys, happy new moon. Happy new moon. Today we're going to do our one question readings, but we're going to channel the energy of the new moon. And for those of you who don't know about the new moon is a time of really going within, reflecting. It's not about that outward energy of manifesting. It's about the answers that we discover, the shadow work. It's really about our inner world. So, hi, pretty in pink. So that is what we're going to channel today. So if you guys want to, dive deeper into something, this is a good time to do that. Take advantage of this time. So I'm going to go over my usual spiel, make sure that you know that the future is not set in stone. These readings are based on the current path that you are on. Hi guys. And you all have free will. So everything is subject to change. There are certain things that are karmic, like soulmates, twin flames, certain patterns that play out throughout lifetimes that may not be as much in your control. But a lot of what comes up in these readings are in your control. These are things that you can take with you, perspectives, clarity on situations. I have a cat literally trying to eat my screen over here. So yeah, I also want to say I don't do any health readings or legal readings or anything I'm not qualified to answer, and I reserve the right to not answer any questions that you guys ask me. And yeah, if you want to book a reading with me to dive deeper, you can on my website, zoethepsychic.com. I offer recorded readings and live readings, so you guys can check that out and subscribe to this channel. If I don't get to you today, I will do my best, but if I don't, then I don't. I am prioritizing donations. Thank you, Jupiter Sands. So anybody will be put to the top of the list. If not, I will try to get to your question when it comes up. And if I'm drawn to it after a reading, I will pick it intuitively because there's no way I can get to every single person exactly when the list is. Okay, so yeah, so Jupiter Sands, welcome back. Let me write down your name. All right. Hi, Zoe. Did Joe see me at the fairground first prior to bumping into him? Let's see. I'm getting that it was yes. A yes. I feel like Joe definitely noticed you first. The light is shining on you. And just by the energy I'm getting, it could be that Joe was kind of like in control of the situation all along. So that's the energy I'm getting, is that they were, Joe was likely in control of the situation all along. That's the vibe. Like they had power over the situation. So I would say yes. Okay, moving forward. Thank you, Jupiter Sands. All right, let's see. Hi guys, thank you, Nick Music. Working on. Yeah, well, it makes sense, Jupiter. You were spot on. Like the intuition you were feeling about this, spot on, clearly. All right. Vanessa. Hello, can I get a general energy reading? Sure. Let's see what comes through for you. All right, now is the time for you to create long-term plans. I feel like you have been kind of amassing energy in a way, like you have been building up to this moment. Maybe you've been saving, or maybe you have been just kind of charging up. Now is the time to actually put in place systems that will keep things going for you in the long run. So this is giving me energy of like, if you have been saving for a trip, or you have been, waiting for the right moment for your career, it feels like you've gathered enough of whatever you need to actually do that. Feels like you've been kind of holding your cards close to your chest. I literally got the Gambler and the Thief reverse. This is giving me like somebody who has been playing their hand very carefully, and now it's time to go all in, okay? But make these plans in the long run. So that is a message coming through here. I also see like a vacation coming towards you, like maybe going on vacation. I keep seeing like a kite. There is this energy of, I want to, no longer follow the same patterns. And I keep seeing also, there's this unicorn. So that energy is usually like a very unique, one of a kind energy. I feel like you are going to have a very positive summer or vacation. It just feels like this is the time where you also have to think about how you're keeping your energy or keeping your resources. So I would say that's a message for you. I'm going to stop there, but I hope that that was a good taste of what's to come. Very positive. All right. Yeah, you're welcome. Hi, Pinkus21. Will yoga Cancer have feelings for Nadira? Sag. Okay. Let's see where we're at. Nadira. So I'm definitely getting that this person wants to be, like, I feel like they want to be, with Nadira, with you, right? They want to be with you. They're like, we're going to be together. We're going to be together. I don't know what comes next. I don't know where things are going, but I want to be with this person in the future. And I'm remembering everything that happened. I'm remembering every little detail. It feels like this person is very much on their own journey, but they're taking the long way around. So that is the energy that I'm getting, is like, this person definitely has strong feelings, but they're taking a detour. Yeah. So does that resonate, Nadira? Yeah, it just feels like this person is sort of waiting for the right moment, but they're also like, I don't know what the path forward is. I just know we're going to be together. Yeah. So this is the energy. This person has not forgotten. This person is seeing new opportunities. They're waiting also for the right path to open up. But I am getting with the Hermit, this feeling of like, I have to reflect on things. I have to think about what I'm doing, in life right now. I have to think about it because love hasn't worked out for me. There's this feeling of like a love that idea of love that I have may not be, able to work out. He is my crush in the office. Yeah, so it feels like for him, maybe the energy of love has not been working out. I don't know if he has gone through divorce or some kind of, I see, and this person has feelings. Okay, I would honor that. I wouldn't, I would still focus on yourself, but yeah. Okay, I'm going to move forward, but thank you, Nadira. Good luck with that. Let me know how it turns out. Okay, Ruta, what is your question? And guys, always make sure to ask your question just in case something cuts off so that I know that you can go back and watch it if I have to come back on. Okay. So we're waiting for Amruta's question. I don't know if you already asked it, Amruta, but if you could just post it. Okay. Sagar's current thoughts for me. Sagar's current thoughts. A lot of major cards. We have the Moon reversed, the Hangman reversed, the Hermit reversed. Let's see what else comes up before I say anything. I don't want to speak too soon. Whoa. All right. This is giving me like this person doesn't have positive thoughts. I feel like this person misses you in a sense, but they're also dragging things out. This is giving me like no contact. Does that make sense? Because I'm getting a lot of isolation, feeling isolated, feeling like they're in their head, feeling down. There's this energy of, finding out something or comparing you to other people, or other people to you, like they're thinking about you, but when they are comparing, they're comparing you, basically. We are in contact. We're best friends. I love him. Does he love me? I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing love. I'm not seeing love at all. I feel like there's this energy of things. I'm just seeing a lot of, like, honestly, some dark energy here, some dark thoughts. I feel like, yeah, I don't see this being like this person has, love for you. Okay. I feel like they're weighing their options in a way, and I'm seeing this being a very one-sided thing. So, yeah, that is the vibe. And I also want to tell you guys one more thing. If you ask me, I don't recall, Emerita, what your question was to me. I recognize your name. But if you ask me the same question again, too soon, you're not going to get what you're looking for, okay? Because the universe will give you a completely different response or may not validate what you're saying in the way you want. So, but I am getting on this end that there's a secret. I feel like there's a secret that this person is keeping from you. I'm getting that they're really not in a state where they feel like they can be honest with you. So that's the vibe. But if this is the same question you asked me before, then it makes sense that you might not get what you want to hear. Okay, Amruta? Hi, Tammy. I don't see... I'm looking at what you're saying. Hang on. I'm looking at the questions you asked me before. Oh, I'm seeing one. Is it? Whoa. Hang on. It's like my throat doesn't want me to answer it. Whoa. Throat chakra blockage just there. Wow. Okay. I am seeing one, Tammy, so I'll get to you next. It says, I would like to know how I could keep G family member happy so G does not move before I sell the home. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Wow. That was intense. Is that the question you were thinking about, Tammy? The fact that this is like blocking me so much must be a sign. Like this happened right when I like looked at that question and tried to tune into it. Whoa. So we'll see what the cards have to say, but it might be that they just don't want me to answer this. Like, this is not the way it's supposed to go. Okay. I would like to know how I could keep. All right. Let's see what comes through. Okay. I think I understand with the guide. Okay. It feels like there's not much you can do. The more you try to control the situation, the more it's going to backfire on you. I see you feeling disappointed in this situation. The more you try to correct the situation or make changes to it, the more they're going to not want to stick around. With the Five of Cups, this tells me there's still hope for you, but it feels like this person is making their own plans. I don't see this being like a good thing for you to try to control. Okay. So that is the energy I'm getting. And like my throat is like choking on it. So I'm getting like, that's powerful. Okay. So I'm just getting, this feels like something your fate is like, yeah, don't mess with it. That's what's coming through for me. It's like, don't say it. Don't even. So I would take that, okay? I know that might not be as helpful. Like you want power, or like, do you want to be able to have some kind of say or be able to do something? But I'm telling you, this is not something you're going to be able to take charge of or control. And that's what I'm seeing. I'm getting that, but it's also telling me like there's not much you can do about it. Like it's saying that even if you try to do something, it wouldn't matter. Like it would backfire. You kind of have to let things happen, and that's just the way it is. And unfortunately, it's like one of those things that you don't have a sway over. You don't have a sway over whether this person stays or not. You don't have a sway over whether this person impacts your home. This is one of those situations where I wish I could say, like, how you asked me how you could keep them happy. You can't control how they feel. You can't control the situation at all. Okay. And I'm being real with you. I want to keep that up. So that is what I'm saying. Okay. I'm going to move forward, but I'm really wishing you the best with that. Okay. Hi, Zoe. When will me and kids move to new area? I'm getting it being during the summer, and a very hot day. It could be like in the spring as well. I'm seeing spring energy, May energy. Yeah. I'm getting a lot of spring energy, but I see it happening on a like where there's a lot of heat. Okay. So I don't know what area you live in or anything like that. Don't tell me. Okay. But I do feel a lot of May, March energy. And I'm getting with this deck on a hot day. So this could be a very naturally hot place. Yeah. Okay, moving forward. So I love how my cat just knocked over my pencil with her tail like it was nothing. Yeah, well, that is the vibe that I'm seeing. It could be like a temporary stop that you might have to go through, but I am getting a lot of this spring energy. So, but yeah. Okay, moving forward. Thank you for those of you who are tuning in. Oh, hi, Dee. Will my boyfriend, Cancer, break up with me? Will things get better? Everything is messy. Okay. Let me see. Whoa. Hi, Dan. I'll read you next. Okay, D. Cancer, break up with me. Give me a second. Okay, I am getting a breakup coming through. I just see clashing with the Page of Cups reverse. It's giving me like bad news when it comes to love. And then the Tower kind of sealed the deal for me. Okay. The Tower is, as you know, a sign of chaos, things ending in a pretty brutal way, I would say. I'm seeing a lot of miscommunications. But let me see what I'm seeing as far as like if things will get better. Yeah. This is what I'm seeing. But also, one thing I have to say is if you're asking me the same question, I say this all the time on my live. If you're asking me the same question again, then you're not going to get the answer you're looking for. Okay. Because you have to give it time for the universe to manifest, for things to happen. When I give a reading, like on my website, I literally list that I don't do readings within 2 weeks, the same question within 2 weeks, because it's ethically not what I do as a reader. So if you're asking me the same question, then you probably should wait, honestly, because you got the answer from the first one. So yeah, you're welcome to change the question, because I literally said that like 5 minutes ago, but you weren't here. So yeah, go for it. I shall wait. Yeah, guys, message to all of you. If you ask me the same question again too soon, it's just you're not going to get the answer you're looking for. It just doesn't work like that. All right. Can I see how will this relationship would last for more than a year? Like if it lasts more than a year, or can I see how this relationship would go. Are you asking me if it will last for a year or what would happen if it lasts for a year? Okay. I feel like this is really similar, but we'll try. Okay. All right. I feel like there's this energy of things changing very suddenly, but not when it comes to affection. It feels like work or people coming into your life that cause things to change. I feel like there's still going to be a lot of like passion, love, but you're going to have to, the priorities might feel like they're shifting. It might feel like career comes first or work comes first or things are put above you, above your relationship. And I'm getting this need to kind of go back to what you know. That's the message that is coming through. It feels like you have to kind of go back to square one. But let me tell you, like the Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, this feels like a cycle that you're cycling through. It feels like a temporary situation, a temporary shift. But you have to make sure that you're also prioritizing yourself in the situation, because I'm seeing something potentially taking precedent over you. This could be like a friend, or this could be like a work situation, but I'm seeing it not being about you. It's about someone else. Yeah. And I do feel like there's a lot of love still there, but it does feel like life is lifing. Life is getting in the way. And there's this feeling of, how can I trust that things are going to get better? I'm not saying he's going to leave you. I did not say that. But it will feel like maybe you got to put yourself first a little bit. You got to focus on your own needs. That's the energy. I'm not saying he'll leave you. When you ask me about the breakup and stuff, this is the energy coming through. Okay. I'm getting a lot of you needing love yourself before this person, loving yourself first. Big changes coming through, but also like work, things that are like maybe not about you, kind of taking center stage, and a feeling of you need to be able to trust your own needs, your own decisions. Okay. Yeah, there's this card, the Spy Master reverse, wouldn't come up if there wasn't a problem with trust. Okay. And then I'm getting the Love Yourself First card. Okay. So this energy is giving me like major shifts in the energy, but it's not about you. Okay. It feels like the love is still there, but there's this situation coming through that is causing a shift. Okay. So I'm not getting necessarily like a breakup. I just feel like you guys might be apart, or there's some kind of priority over you. So, yeah. I mean, all these questions are very similar, and I do remember the reading I gave you because I gave it to you twice. And I remember it being really positive. So I don't want you to feel like, I feel like these are all very similar questions. and you came back on here and you're like asking them again, but in different ways. So my advice to you is really to focus on how can you trust yourself here? How can you love yourself? This is not a situation where I can just say like, oh yeah, this is going to be over. This is a situation where I'm like, you gotta start putting yourself first here. There's a very strong focus on this other person. You have to center yourself. I'm getting the Tower again, but this is different energy. It's like unplug, relax. You're getting too swept up in this. This energy comes up when things are too intense and you might be overthinking, obsessing. This is the time where you're like, and the fact that you're here again, worrying about this so much does, you don't have to be a psychic to understand that that is something where you might need to be focusing on yourself, your own energy. How can you take time to yourself and replenish? Because self-respect is so important, and don't sacrifice it for anybody. I don't care. There are so many things coming through that are just saying like, hey, this is you. Yeah, I know that might not have been like what you wanted to hear, but these cards just keep saying that. And it's interesting because the hawk is giving me the energy that there is somebody that might be like hovering over your relationship, and that that card, this cat keeps knocking things off my table. That card usually represents, the Knight of Pentacles often represents like a friend or coworker. So I'm getting like maybe somebody is wanting to circle around your relationship, as well as the Spy Master. The Spy Master comes out when there's distrust, when there's a feeling like another person might be, this could be jealousy, this could be like a feeling like another person wants to, interfere. So you have to look at that. I don't know if you're feeling that jealousy at all, or you're feeling like the comparison complex. But that's something to think about, okay? I mean, I'm the kind of person that in a relationship, I'm like, we either trust each other or we don't. Like, it takes two to tango. But this could be a signal that there is somebody that is interested in your partner, or someone kind of circling around them. And this is bringing up some feelings of insecurity as well. So I would think about that a little bit, but I'm not saying that this person is going to, cheat or be unfaithful. It's more coming from your need to trust. Does that make sense? So yeah. Okay, I'm doing Dan, and then Tammy. Let me see you guys. Okay, I'm going to move forward. All right. Okay. My friend said they were single, but they're still sharing a house bed 3-4 nights a week. What? So partially separated. Yet now they feel unsafe, and I've been dragged into the middle without me knowing. What is the question? It sounds like a situation. I don't know. You probably asked it already. Oh, okay. Hi, Zoe. A friend is unsafe from X. Spirit insight. Okay. Okay. Now I get it. I didn't read your question up there. Okay. Well, before I say anything, my first advice to anyone in an unsafe situation is do what you can to get the hell out of it. But I know that's not an option for everybody. So I understand. Okay. Let's see what comes through. When I got the Captain reversed, this is a sign that you're going to have to be the one. I can see you having to be the liaison, the one to, like, if you're involved in this, you're the one who has to bring people together. I can see how you would be feeling like you're in the middle, basically. You're going to have to be the one to take command, because if not, nothing will change. But also, the brawler is telling me you don't want this to turn into some kind of fight, right? It feels like confrontation is not the answer. Confrontation is not the answer. And I'm just getting that in order for you to really work through things with them, or, I feel like it's kind of inevitable at this point that you're going to have to work through things with them. You've been dragged into it. I can see how that would put you on the spot. But honestly, it feels like you're just going to have to fake it a little longer. Fake your, like, put on the mask, put on the illusion that you're okay with it. And in the meantime, I know this isn't what you want to hear, but in the meantime, you just kind of have to believe in that things are going to get better. You have to persevere. And I know that sucks to say, but when the brawler comes out, it's like, hey, maybe let's not fight this out. Let's avoid confrontation. This is not the time for that. This is not the time for any sort of violence or lack of safety. It feels like you are just kind of having to be that mediator. Yeah, I want to say, like, this person, like, I don't know exactly what you're asking me, but that's where I've been, but made it clear I feel blindsided. Any indication of the outcome? There's kids involved, sadly. I'm so sorry about that. Let me see if I can look at the outcome. I don't see things ending fairly in any way. Like, I don't feel like justice is being served or karma sort of being on your side. This is going to end, okay? The justice card is showing me like things are unfairly served, right? But also the breakup is going to happen. And let me pull one more card about this. I feel like I don't know if your friend is a woman. Is your friend a woman? Because I feel like the woman is going to come out on top. It feels like a very emotional moment, but I see sort of this, her kind of able to leave and come out on top. So, yeah. The Six of Swords is like a situation, especially reverse, where it's like you're trying to come out of the storm, but you're kind of still stuck in it. So it's going to take some time to heal. Okay, same-sex relationship, but okay, that makes sense. Thank you so much for muddling through. There's a lot to sort out here, but I do feel like, it's not going to end in a good way. I got to be honest. Like, this is going to prolong, and if you're asking me like how things are going to turn out with them, I'm seeing this being very messy. But if you want to focus on your actions, that's a different story. Because the more there's confrontation, the more, you know, you're involved in it, but you can't really be the person that gets that caught, like is confronting anything, the more things will cycle, right? Yeah, I get it. I'm sorry you're going through that. I can see how that would be very blindsiding. But you're not going to change that in any way. Like you're kind of in, you know, you're kind of in the middle, and that's not going to, you're not going to be able to get out of that, if that makes any sense. Like if the spotlight is on you in that way, it's not going to change, you know. So the only thing that can change is how this conversation, I mean, this situation unravels, and just like how you see yourself, like that's not going to change. So it's kind of like what's done is done now, if that makes any sense. But yeah, sorry, that sucks. Yep, exactly. Try not to cause any sort of fights or any kind of confrontation. Yeah. Thanks. Good luck, Dan. That's a tricky situation to be in. Okay, I have Tammy next, and then Soul Child. Thank you for being here, guys. If you're here, I'm taking questions, but I am prioritizing donations. So if you want to be put to the top of the list, you can donate. All right. Let's see, Tammy and then Soul Child. I would like to know, if I don't fill out the questionnaire, what if, if there are a lot of typos in here, but would there still, I need you to type out the question again, Tammy. I would like to know, if I don't fill out the questionnaire, what, if any, will be the consequences? What will be the consequences? If you don't fill out the questionnaire, what will be the consequences? Very vague, but let's see what comes up. Well, I'm getting the Death card, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Magician. So this is giving me, like, if you don't fill out the questionnaire, you know, the Death card is like an ending. And I don't know enough about your situation to really get into detail, but this feels like things progressing very slowly, and it's going to be very hard to get back, like, to the way things were, get back on track. That's the energy I'm seeing. It will feel like you've missed your chance almost, and you have to start from the ground up. Like you have to start from zero. Okay. So I don't know if that resonates with you, but that is what I'm getting from asking the cards. Your question. All right. Thank you, Tammy. Okay, Soul Child. And then I got Tanita. All right, soul child. Let's see. I did see your donation. Okay, let me see. What is your question? Guys, I always advise you to just type out your question as well, just in case that something happens and you're not here when I answer or something like that, and then I can't. You'll have to go back and watch, but I'm waiting on okay, so I don't answer anything about legal. I say this a lot, but I know you tuned in later. I don't answer anything legal or health related or anything I'm like legally not qualified to answer. That is my personal code of ethics as a reader. It's just what I don't do. So if you want to ask another question, you can, but I don't do anything related to court or law or anything. So I'll wait if you want to rephrase that. How will today go? Okay. How will today go? Let's see what comes up. This is not me channeling any sort of court related anything. I'm seeing a woman making your life really hard today. But I feel like there's also this feeling of like being able to overcome it. You've got the Queen of Swords, the Tower, which is, chaos, and then the Knight of Swords, which is the person who takes action. When the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords come together, it can be a good thing or a bad thing. It can be like, battle, or it can be like, like it can be like they're clashing, or it can be like they are fighting for each other. So yeah, I would say things are going to be very intense today. There's a feeling of really clashing, a destructive feeling, plans going awry. So I would take that as you can. Sorry about that. Some guidance that I would give you in this situation, so I don't just leave you with that crazy chaos. You're going to have to shoot your shot, okay? This is not the time to wait and see how things play out. The Archer's giving me, this is the time to shoot your arrows and let them hit, even if they miss, okay? Because you're going to shoot a lot of arrows, they're going to miss, all right? It may feel like you don't really know what you're aiming at. So that is my advice to you, soul child. Okay. All right, we have Tanita. I have Tammy next. And Miss Bryce after that. And Harshita, welcome back. Yeah. All right, Tanita. I'd appreciate a message on finding a job soon, please. All right. Let's see. What is coming through for you for a job? Okay. Something is telling me you know that you have veered off your path. Okay. I'm getting that you know that you should be doing something more spiritual or more in alignment with you, but it's like, I feel like you're not going to get the offers you're looking for because you're not doing the path that you're supposed to. I feel like there's very little out there for you when you're living it from a place that, where you're just focusing on the wrong things. It's like there's a barrier. Okay. I feel like you're someone who's very intuitive, someone who could definitely do something spiritual, something like, I feel like you have a lot of energy where you could be like a life coach or something like that. It's just giving me, with the Page of Wands reversed and the star reversed, it's giving me the energy that you have veered from your path, that things are not being offered to you, like the universe is not throwing you job offers. And the Cerberus is giving me like there's some kind of blockage here. Okay. So it's not that I'm trying to say you're never going to find a job, but it feels like as long as you continue on the path you are, you're going to have to probably say no to a lot of things that you didn't ask for. Yeah. So I feel like that's kind of the stage in career where you have to figure out how to align with the things that you're doing. And I'm also seeing this could be like a moral thing as well. Like maybe you don't feel right about the job, or you're doing things that are causing you to like go against your own boundaries. And there's definitely this stage of self-discovery, of needing to figure out what you want to do with your life, because the path you're on is not it. And that is the energy I'm seeing for you. It feels like you're avoiding your destiny. And I don't feel like the jobs that, I just feel like you're not going to be offered the jobs that you want or the things that make you feel happy right now. Yeah. So I don't know exactly if that's what you were looking for, but I know that, when I see something like this, I feel like I could also see you working with animals. I could see you working with cats or dogs. It doesn't feel necessarily like it has to be spiritual, but I do feel like you may have a natural inclination towards working with animals, or yeah, I can see that. I mean, it does feel like there's a lot of no's coming through. But the Phoenix is giving me like a second chance. It feels like your comeback, your comeback era. This is the time when you're doing, like, you can either go back to school or try a completely new career, but this is the time where you're like, I'm no longer going to follow this path that I've been on. I'm going to shift it. I'm going to start over, or I'm going to have a second chance. This doesn't feel like the end. It feels like a new beginning for you, My other energy that I'm getting is like, be careful who you work with. I feel like October is an important month for you when it comes to your job, when it comes to your career. How do you get back on the path? Yeah, well, my first inclination when I was like reading this is you're going to have to sort of experiment, get on this path of self-discovery. I know that sucks, but it also is going to involve taking some risks. I'm seeing like, it's like that saying, you can't make money without investing a little money. Like, you can't start a business without actually investing in your business. And that's scary, right? Because you don't want to invest in something that could potentially fail, right? This feels like you're going to have to face some risks and some losses in order for you to get to like where you want to be. Yeah. But this should be a wake-up call for you. I'm seeing a lot of animals. I'm also seeing you may be helping people get back on their feet. There's this energy of like you getting inspired, of having a breakthrough. So yeah, I wouldn't see this as a bad thing. I would see this as like a wake-up call that, hey, maybe this path I'm on is just making me like digging me deeper, you know? Maybe it's time for me to shift and make a career change. And this is my comeback era. This is where I start over and I show up, you know? So this is a much needed time where you're just going to keep going and not get the offers you're looking for. So yeah, that is what I'm seeing. I'm rooting for you. Yeah. All right, Tainita, we have Tammy, Miss Bryce, Harshita, and thank you guys for being here. I am definitely doing my best to get to everyone. Dipti and Nitish. And Katie. Welcome back. Okay, so Diptesh. My bad. I apologize for that. All right. I'm going to do that. I just have to quickly change something here. Okay. Happy new moon, guys. We are channeling the new moon energy today. All right, Tammy. We're going to do my car is being vandalized regularly. I suspect a few people in the building where I live. Can you please tell me anything about the situation? Who or why they are doing this? Damn. You are not getting a good, like, I feel like you're being, karmically rained upon. Let me see, Tammy. Okay. Why do I see like a couple or something? Like, I'm getting a lot of this isolation, like this person may be feeling isolated, maybe feeling like they don't really take it seriously. Let me see. Yeah, this does feel like a group of people. Okay, with the Chimera, this feels like a group of people. This feels like a lot of anger, a lot of aggression coming through. The Chimera is people that clash, people that don't have good intentions. There's a lot of anger, of fire, of people that are from different backgrounds. They don't necessarily get along, but it feels like they have some kind of need to extend themselves towards you. I feel like life is just going so slow for them and they have nothing better to do. And I just feel like they're very, like, they just don't have a life, honestly. Like, get a life. I don't even see it being that they hate you or something, you know, like they're being stupid. I don't see them being like, oh, I hate that person, I'm going to key their car, I'm going to vandalize their car. It doesn't feel like that to me. It feels more like they're going through their own thing and it sucks. I mean, I don't know what to do about that situation. I'm not in it, but it feels like for you, this is a time where you're going to have to figure out. It feels like you're kind of trading off. You're making a trade by choosing whether to let it go or not. It's interesting. You might have to come to some kind of agreement, some kind of like, I know you don't know who they are, but you might have to, it might have to be some kind of like deal. Yeah. And let me see if I can get any of, I know you can't really fully know what their signs are, but I'm getting two men. This is a masculine energy. Two men. I could see them actually being brothers. I don't know if that resonates with you. I'm also getting, some of the signs that are coming through, definitely Aries energy. So I'm seeing a lot of Aries. Aries can be impulsive. They're just picking fights, picking battles. And then Cancer is also coming through. So interesting. But yeah, I would definitely think about this. It feels like they don't have a lot of I feel like they don't have a lot of like maybe they live on their own, or they don't have a figure like a guardian or somebody like older that they live with. It feels like they're just like being dumb, wanting to cause chaos. Yeah, I can't tell you what to do, okay? But I am getting like, and obviously I don't know, obviously you can't say like, oh, the psychic told me that there are two guys vandalizing my car, but I definitely think you should you should figure this out, obviously. But that's as far as I'll go with it. I don't want to get involved in that. But yeah. Okay, so I have Tammy. Okay, I have Miss Bryce, Harshita, Diptesh, Nitish, Katie, the FC. It's gonna be okay. The FC. All right, so Miss Bryce, let's see. Best of luck with that, Tammy. Okay, why did Gary Taurus abruptly leave me? I'm a Sagittarius. Abruptly. Gary Taurus. I'm so sorry that happened to you. I have this cat lying here who's like on top of all my tarot cards. But I've tried to remove them. Okay, why did cat? Okay. Interesting. Give me a second. All All right. This person is automatically like, yeah, we don't belong together. I feel like they were kind of taking advantage of you a little bit. I'm getting that this person isn't like as financially stable, or there's some kind of like material value here. This could be like you were letting them stay with you, or there's some kind of like, I keep saying like, I'm not financially stable. I want us to be good, but we both know I'm not the one for you. There's this, the lover's energy reverse, the hangman. They felt like they had to sacrifice you to get what they wanted. So that is the energy I'm getting. He left while I was in the shower. I said, I'll be right back, babe. That's crazy. I feel like he was definitely taking advantage of you. This energy of like, seeing you as someone who maybe was taking care of things or could take care of him. But there's automatically the energy of like, it feels like, well, first of all, okay, if anyone is going to leave you like that, if they're in the shower or any time without a word, they're a terrible person. Okay, let's all agree on that, right? But I do feel like this person was using you as a way for security or stability. And I also feel like there's somebody else that they wanted to make amends with. It feels like there is another person, and they were sacrificing this person to be with you. So I do feel like there's either another woman involved, but I'm getting that they were using you. Yeah, it feels like they have a past or somebody that they like, an ex or somebody that was coming through, and it's like, I want to make amends with that person, So I don't know if that resonates with you, but this feels like ex energy is coming through for me. It also felt like they were trying to be in control, but they couldn't. It feels like a deep insecurity coming through. There's a sort of a controlling energy, like realizing that they couldn't control you. And once they got to know you better, they didn't like that. But yeah, I see them wanting to rediscover someone else. That's the vibe I'm getting. So it feels like leading you on, honestly. It just feels like taking advantage of you and your situation. And also, I just keep getting, I'm not stable financially, or I'm not secure, And yeah, the King of Swords reversed, the Empress, this other feminine presence with the Hangman, the sacrifice, this feeling of like, I want to reach out to this other person, and the Lovers reversed. This, that card is reversed. It's just this feeling of, hey, this relationship not working. But yeah. I'm sorry. Let me pull a card for you just to see if there's any guidance that I can give you on you and how to heal. Wings. You never needed those wings to fly. I love this card because it's basically just the message is that, you never needed this person. You have to want them. You don't want to need them, right? So this is a situation where this person was hindering you, This person was not a safety net for you. They're not keeping you secure. You're in this day and age, we don't need anyone. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need this person to be happy. This person was a hindrance. And now that they're gone, you do you, Never again. So that is the energy. I'm wishing you the best with this situation. I'm really sorry you had to go through that. That's rough. All right. So I'm going to move forward. So we have Miss Bryce, Harshita, Diptesh, Nitish, Katie, the FC. It's going to be okay. The FC, and then Tammy. All right. Harshita, welcome back. Welcome back. What should I look forward to on the new moon? The new moon's today. I don't know where you are in the world. It might already be pretty late. But let's see what energies are coming through. Okay, I'm getting a feeling of like regression, a feeling of needing to purge. Just like in every new moon, right? This is a time of going within, of reflection. And the cards are saying the more you try to force yourself to do, to do stuff, the more you try to force yourself outward, the more it's going to backfire on you. I'm seeing this feeling, this need to expose yourself, or maybe you've been exposed. But it feels like you have to be careful of how much you're showing, if that makes any sense. Like, how much are you actually showing the world about you? I feel like with the Four of Swords, there's this need for rest, this need for, staying in place, not going out, not going anywhere. And some of the messages that are coming through are just like, it feels like going, like, stop trying to push forward, I'm also seeing a twin flame situation for you. I know this isn't like the day of, but it feels like there's somebody, like a twin flame that you have, that is causing you to question like what your balance is, like causing you to question how much you're chasing and how much you're receiving. And I feel like there's some answers coming through for you here of like, how can you have more of a healthy, balanced dynamic? There's a feeling of longing, a feeling of like wanting something that this person may not be able to give you at this time. So I know that's probably not what you asked, but I was open in the past, but now I'm more private, wanting to stay home. Well, you're doing the right thing. This is not the time to push forward. I do get this need to kind of feel your feelings with the Queen of Cups reversed. Try to do it in a healthy way, but there's a need for lack of exposure, a need for figuring out. I'm getting like maybe a trauma bond, or like somebody that you've both been with. Yes, I have a twin flame and haven't spoken to him in a while. I do meditation and not think about my twin flame. I feel you. But the energy is like a longing, a longing for more. And sit with that. Sit with how you feel, okay? That's very wise, because I think what a lot of people don't realize is like twin flames are, you don't always end up with them. There are people that are really important that you meet throughout your life. They're like your other half of your soul, but they're meant to challenge you. And it can lead to something beautiful later, but they are meant to challenge you. If it's too safe, if it's too secure, they're not your twin flame. Sorry. It's more soulmate energy. So if you feel like home with them, if you feel like they're your other half, but if there's not a push and pull, if there's not it forces you to reckon with your own self and your own security. And I feel you, girl, because I'm going through the same thing. Anyway. All right. We are moving forward. Thank you, Harshita. This is not a bad reading. It's just more of like a, hey, focus on you, focus on your own energy. I think meditating is a good idea. Okay, so I have Harshita. Okay, so Diptesh, Nitish, Katie, the FC, it's going to be okay. The FC, Tammy, and then Gloss and Grace. Gloss and Grace. Thank you guys for being here. All right, Diptesh, let's see. I don't know if you posted your question already, but if you could just post it. Let's see. Okay. What's the next phase for me in my relationship? We are going through no contact situation. Mine is Pisces and hers is Capricorn. Ooh, very romantic connection. Very intense. All right. What's the next phase? Let's see what's coming up. Whoa. First of all, let me tell you, this is a situation that is very tricky because I'm getting a need for some really tough conversations. This person, I feel a lot of soulmate energy. I feel like this person wants you. They want to be with you. I'm getting that they save your text messages, that they're so attracted to you, right? But it does feel like with this Page of Swords, it's giving me like a very difficult words that have to be said. And the Chariot is showing me reverse is like going backwards. Okay, so you might need to rewind with them. But I do feel like the more you're focused on this, the more you're sending energy towards this, the better, because you are drawing them towards you. Okay, I'm getting calling in your soulmate. But this person wants you back. They are drawn to you. They are attracted to you. They are into you. But at the same time, they're asking their friends about you. I feel like they've been getting advice from other people about you. They've kept every interaction with you. I get that. But this person wants you. This person cares about you. I'm feeling like, with this Page of Swords words being said, that you just kind of have to sort through now. This energy of like, I need to figure out my words. I need to talk. And there's also this feeling of being naive. You might have been so swept up in the, in the illusion, or not the illusion, but like you had your love goggles on. Okay. You rose tinted goggles. This is like a reality check. Okay. I'm seeing like, sort of you taking those off and seeing it for what it is. I feel like you might have been a little naive, a little swept away with your feelings. And now reality is hit. And it's like this person still wants you. Okay. This person still has feelings for you. This person is still drawn to you. They've kept every little bit of you. Okay. I feel you. So that is what I'm seeing here. I feel like, going back to your question, yeah. So I feel like for you, this is a time of like working on yourself and realizing, okay, I'm going to keep putting energy towards this person. Keep trying to manifest, because they're my soulmate, and they still care about me. But difficult conversations need to be had. Okay. So, any predictions when I should get that conversation? Let's see what comes through. I keep getting cards like I love you, you know. But this person feels heartbroken. There's a lot of pain coming from them. Let me see if I'm getting any answers here. Wait, okay. I'm getting that this is not the time to reach out or for them to come forward. This is a period where you're going to have to maybe wait a little longer. And it sucks. But if you want that, then this is what's going to have to happen. Okay. All right. I'm going to move forward. Diptesh, you guys can always book a reading with me if you want to go deeper. These are meant to be like quick, readings. But I can always go much deeper with you if you want. You can always go to my website, zoethepsychic.com. Okay, so I have Gloss and Grace. Tenzin. Tenzin. Okay, and then after that, Lisa, welcome back. Lisa Sullivan. Then after that, Unasked Tornado. And guys, after, I will have to take a quick second. After Lisa, I will have to take a quick break so I can eat something so I don't like die inside and give you a hangry reading. Okay. Natish. So this is the order, okay? Natish, Katie, the FC, It's Gonna Be Okay, the FC, Tammy, Gloss and Grace, Tenzin, Lisa, Unasked Tornado, and Lisa. Okay? All right, so Natish. Let's see. I'm going back up. All right, Nadia's next action towards me, need guidance. I'm getting this feeling like this person feels like they can't reach out to you, but there's a lot of like really powerful positive emotions. Like I feel like they have so much positive emotions, so much love towards you. They miss you, but there's this feeling of like, I don't feel like I'm allowed to reach out. Does that make sense, Natish? I just feel like there's this, I can't do it. I can't reach out. And I'm getting a lot of very emotional feelings, like very sensitive. I also feel like this person kind of, I'm getting themselves like they want to look really good for you for some reason. Like they want to maybe look a certain way, or they're insecure about their image and how they might appear to you, which is one of the reasons they haven't reached out. Like, I don't know if they're into makeup or like looking good, but this energy is like very beauty oriented. Like they want to lose weight or they want to glow up. It's something that is shallow maybe, but it's like if they want to reach out to you, they want you to see them at their best. That's the energy I'm getting as well. Yeah. Should you move on or wait? I can't tell you what to do about whether you should move on or wait. That's not my place. I feel like it's going to be up to you if you want to reach out. I could see things turning out really beautifully. I actually feel like making a romantic gesture would be helpful in this situation, but I would do it as a surprise. Yeah, I mean, the Knight of Wands, the Four of Wands, and the Moon reverse. This feels like a proposal or marriage or grand romantic gesture. I feel like you could definitely end up together. So that is the vibe. And guys, I actually might have to go get something to eat, or I probably won't be able to stay here. But I'll do that after I read Tammy. Okay. So Natish, that is my answer for you. And I'm going to add you to the list, Montaigne. So I'm going to read Camilla, the FC, it's going to be okay, the FC, Tammy, and then it will be, when I get back, it will be Glass and Grace, Tenzin, Lisa, Unasked Tornado, Lisa, and Montaigne. I apologize, but I'm a human being and I will need to eat something. I've been on here for an hour and a half and my blood sugar is a problem. So, all right. So make sure you ask your question in case you're not here, so you can rewind if I don't see you when I get to you. But it will only be like a 10-minute break. All right, so Katie is next. Katie. Going back up. All right, how can I make a good impression on Jamie? Okay. The thing about it is, I feel like Jamie would have a lot of respect for you if you appeared like a powerhouse. I'm getting the Judgment card, the Chariot, the Justice card. Don't be afraid to appear strong. Don't be afraid to go after and be bold, right? It feels like the position you have to put yourself in is one of being bold, of not being afraid to take on a challenge, not being afraid to be the knight. Okay. You might even impress this person by like putting yourself out there, being more within that masculine energy of like that more driven personality. This is not about looks. This is about like taking on things like challenges or danger or things that a lot of people would shy away from. I feel like if that's what's really going to impress this person, Jamie, not being afraid to take on a challenge. It does feel like this person will have more respect and more appreciation for you if you are someone who they know has been through a lot and has overcome it. So that is the main message here. Don't be afraid to pursue. Don't be afraid to make decisions. Be decisive, okay? Don't be afraid to be bold. And this is not the time with Jamie to be like, get all dolled up or something like that. It doesn't feel like a feminine situation. It feels like, hey, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty, okay? There's a feeling of like respect that needs to happen here. I hope to get a schedule that I want. Yeah. It just feels like this is the time to put yourself forward. Make some really tough calls, make the decisions. Do not let yourself fall in the back. Okay. Do not let yourself get caught up in like, let other people speak for you. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, when it comes to any sort of judgment call, Be the first voice in the room. Be the one who speaks out, who goes after things. Show the drive, okay? It's not going to be easy, but you can do it. That is what all these cards together are saying for you. This is a pivotal moment. Okay. Montaigne, I will keep the screen up while I'm eating, but I will just go in another room to get it. And okay. All right. So Katie, the FC. The FC, first question. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's really nice to see you. All right. Should I accept the job from SH or wait for better? Let's see what comes up. I could see accepting the job from SH being a good call. I see success. I see drive. I see you moving up the ranks. I feel like you might have to give a lot at first, but it's going to be a very successful experience for you. So I would say yes. Okay, the FC. So that's your first question. And then I'm getting there. Okay, it's gonna be okay. Hey Zoe, going through heartbreak right now. I'm confused about everything. So what is hidden from me in love right now? Thank you. All right, I'm sorry you're going through that. I'm feeling like you guys were at different stages in your life. Like there's chemistry there, but it feels like one of you was kind of just taking off and another one was kind of more at a place where they had more standards or expectations. That's the energy I'm getting. This does feel like you guys were just really at different stages, and the death card is just giving me like, hey, it's over. But let me look deeper. It does just see like when the Page of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles together, you know, Page of Pentacles is like that person that's like starting out in their career. They're weighing their options. They don't necessarily have all their shit together. But the Queen of Pentacles is this presence that is more established, that knows what they want, that feels this need to also take care of things. And it's hard because when you're at this different stage in life, it's really hard to find a way for it to work. I'm getting that this person still watches your social media. You know, they're still very drawn to you. But there's also a feeling of toxicity. And they're like, you know, we both know I'm not the one for you. We both know that you can do better or you can do differently. No matter how much chemistry there was, you know. Yeah, it does feel like there is this need for, you know, this acknowledgement. Like this person wants to, I don't see you guys getting back together. I feel like this person's at a different stage in their life. But I want to see what's coming towards you with love, because I feel like that is valid. I do feel like there is a energy of like you meeting the one soon. That person wasn't it for you, you know? That person wasn't it for you. And I know that it's cliche to say there are other fish in the sea, but let me tell you, there is someone coming through, and you don't have to be scared about it, you know? Yeah, we're in a no contact right now because he has a third party mostly. I'm really sorry you're dealing with that. But I'm telling you, like, this is not the end of your love life. You know, this person is not it because they're just at a different place. The timelines are off. But I do feel like the one is coming through for you. And I'll just give you something to look out for. I'm getting a lot of Taurus energy and Cancer energy for you. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah, you feel like there's someone that really shares the same values as you that's going to meet you halfway or even want to be more of a provider in a way that would support you. And I just feel like that's coming through. So, yeah. All right. Next is, okay, so we did the FC. It's going to be okay. We're doing the FC and then Tammy. Okay. Would my interviews for YLP be successful? Let's see. I'm getting a lot of success from these interviews. So the King of Cups, the Hierophant, this feels like a serious yes. And then the Nine of Swords is giving me fulfillment, you know, financial security, feeling good. So I would say yes, the FC. Yeah. And then we're going to read Tammy. I also feel like people would somehow treat you with more respect, the FC there. So I could see this being a good thing. Just so generally being more content or happier. So, all right, Tammy. Let's see. I have lost some info sheet that I need to file something. Can you see if it's still in my home and I can find it soon? Okay. I have lost some info sheet that I need to file something. So I'm actually not seeing this info sheet in your home. I don't feel like you're going to be able to find it. But I do feel like you can still get it. Like you could ask for it. That's the vibe I'm getting. It doesn't feel like as big a deal as you probably think. That's the answer. I could see you. I feel like it's something you can ask for or get. It's not like lost. But yeah. You know, the Five of Cups reverse is giving me like you feeling disappointed. But I do feel like someone could, you know, give you this info sheet or send it to you or, you know, help you. It does not feel like you're helpless in this. So there's still ways to get it. That's the energy. Yeah. All right. I feel like it's one of those things that you kind of have to like initiate or ask for. That's just, I keep hearing like question. Yeah, as long as you make the effort. So I hope that helped. All right. I'm seeing you, Lisa. I'll add you to the end. Let me see. After Montaigne. All right, guys. So as I said, I cannot give a hangry reading or you will hate it. It will not come out right. So I'm going to take a 5 to 10 minute break. But when I'm done, I will come back. I will do Gloss and Grace, Tenzin, Lisa, Unasked Tornado, Lisa, Montaigne, and then Lisa. Okay. So if you are not here and you have not typed out your question, make sure you do. Okay. So that you can rewind and see what the answer was. I will get to you. But if I can't find you and you're not here when I get back, then I won't be able to answer your question. And I don't want to do that, especially if you donated. So make sure to type it out for me. And we'll start with Gloss and Grace. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to give you like a brain dead reading. I'm a human being and I've been on here for almost 2 hours. So I will be right back. I can't control that. But there's a cat here to keep you company. Okay, I'll be right back. I will be back by maximum by 3:35. We'll probably be back before that. Okay, I'm back. Quint the Sharker. Ew. Why? Why? Ew, okay. The hell? All right. Well, I'm back. I'm back. Kitty. Okay, Gloss and Grace. Are you here? I'm gonna read your message. Let's see. So just to reiterate, we're doing Gloss and Grace, Tenzin, Lisa, Unmasked Tornado, Lisa, Montaigne, and then Lisa. Okay, will he come back and apologize? He left yesterday. I'm sorry. All right, the Gloss and Grace. Gloss and Grace. Interesting. Why do I keep seeing something happened with the internet or something? Do you guys see me? Okay. You guys see me? Let me know. Okay. So here's what I'm getting. I feel like this is not good news for you. I could see him trying to apologize, but I feel like what I'm hearing is the damage is already done. The damage is already done. This person is so convinced that they can come back into your life and treat you terribly. But I am seeing this person being like, oh yeah, we're going to be together again. I want this person. You know, I feel so drawn to this person. It feels like they have you wrapped around their finger. But I'm getting with the Three of Swords, this is not good news. The Ace of Swords reverse, this doesn't feel like a victory. But with the Ace of Cups reverse, it feels like trying to get forgiveness, okay? Trying to seek forgiveness, all right? So the answer, I guess, is yes, but at that point, will it be real? Will it be worth it? Because I keep seeing him trying to say whatever you want to hear, you know? Like, I feel so drawn to you. I want you so badly, you know, we'll be together again. But like, is it what you want to hear? Because I feel like there's a lack of authenticity there. Is it a real apology is my question. And that's what I'm seeing. I don't see it being a real apology. Like, does he really mean it? Okay. So that's my answer to you. All right. I'm going to go to Tenzin now. Tenzin career reading. Okay. So we have Tenzin, Lisa, Anas Tornado, Lisa, Montaigne, and Lisa. Okay. And then I also just got Tammy's donation. All right. Tenzin. And my chat is being a little weird, so you guys might have to ask your question again. Okay. Tenzin. All right. I see career reading. Yeah. So some of them, it looks like some of them are gone now. So make sure that you ask. Make sure that I will have to ask you to ask me the questions again. Because it's cutting off at Tenzin. All right. Career reading for me. So if you've paid if you've paid, make sure to ask your questions again, okay? Okay. Career reading for me. Because when the live stream cut off for me, something happened. So, all right. Career reading. Tenzin. I don't know if you're here, Tenzin, but so if you are Lisa, Unasked Tornado, Lisa, like your first two questions, Lisa, I don't have, or Unasked Tornadoes questions. So make sure you guys ask those again. And then, those cut off. My computer just crashed. It's like Mercury in retrograde is real. So I apologize for that. I want to make sure I get all your questions. It's crazy. Okay. Yeah. All right. So if you've donated and you're waiting on your question, make sure to ask it again, okay? Just so I make sure that I can get to it. Because I don't see it up here. All right. Tenzin. All right. Career. Let's look at career. All right. So I feel like this is the beginning of something new for you. I'm seeing a new cycle, new job. You've been hanging in the balance. I feel like a transition phase for you. You've had to make a lot of sacrifices, and now it's time for a new beginning. I see you getting a job that you really, really like, that's exciting, and one that you stand for. You know, the Garuda comes out when it's something you really believe in, something that you're willing to fight for. And I feel like this is a really good sign that all the experience that you have accumulated is turning into something. All of that stuff that you've had to go through to get to where you are today, the Fool is telling me that this is a new journey you're embarking on. I could actually see this happening for you in September. Is a major shift for you. Career-wise, I'm seeing like a lot of interesting energy, feeling established. But I also feel like you have more experience in this area. And you're willing to step on anybody who gets in your way. Like this is a passionate situation. I could see this also being, I don't know if you're into activism or, fighting for the underdog. This feels like something you really believe in, something you're passionate about, outspoken about. And I just see you getting a new position, a new adventure, new journey opening up for you, opportunities. So Tenzin, this path that you're on now, I feel like, it's not over. It's like a new chapter for you. The Queen of Wands is giving me like boss energy, you know, someone who's extremely passionate, but someone who can take charge, can be a leader, can be, you know, their own entity. I could see you very much working for yourself, working to speak out. I could see you also, see you having a very strong voice on social media. I could see I could also see you maybe in the beauty industry for some reason. But yeah, this feels like you're on top of the world, Tenzin. And I also feel like you have a lot of support. I'm getting you being in charge of staff, or you, yeah. I also could see you working near water, working near like a lake or the ocean or the beach. There's water around you. Water can also represent, you know, emotions. Emotions might be running high in your surroundings, but oh, I'm glad, Dan. But yeah, so that's what I'm seeing, Tenzin. I hope that resonated with you. Thank you for being here. All right, Lisa. I'll add Katie after I add, well, I see Claire. So after Tammy, it will be Claire. And then it will be Katie. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, so Lisa, I need you to type in your first question. Okay. Okay, my situation where helping me with work. I spoke with my manager, will turn out in my favor with minimal repercussions. Are you asking if it will turn out in your favor with minimal repercussions? Or just making sure? Okay, will this turn out in my favor? Got it. Okay. What I'm seeing is interesting because I do feel like the repercussions are that there will be an end to a relationship, an end to a romantic, like, it feels like, you know, these lovers, some kind of partnership or connection is ending. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's you. This feels like it's somebody else. So I would say those are the repercussions, causing two people to part ways or break up or end. And if I'm being honest, no. I don't see you getting fired. I see you working. It feels like other people are facing consequences to the situation. And to be honest, I don't remember everything I told you, but I do see this working out for you. It's just I see other people breaking up or other people's connection breaking for some reason. Yeah. Okay, so there you go. All right, Montaigne is next. So I'm doing Montaigne. All right. Oh no, I have to do unasked tornado. Sorry, my bad. Unasked tornado here. Let me see. Unasked tornado. Do we see unasked tornado anywhere? I don't see the question. Oh no. Oh no, no. Unasked tornado. I'm looking. Oh, yikes. Let me see if I can find it in my YouTube stuff. Let me see. I'm seeing a Darshendra. Is that unasked tornado? Oh, darn it. Because they say my question is in the chat. Thank you very much. Okay, unasked tornado. If you're watching this and you're not here, I don't know where you are, but if you're seeing this and you're looking for your reading, oh, you just posted the question again. Okay. Yay. All right. What is it? Let me see. Let me find it. Sorry. Okay. Hello. All right. Hello. Hi. I've been working really hard to get my dream government job since early January last year. Will I get my dream job, and how will the next 5 years of life look in terms of career, love, and health? Okay, those are a lot of questions. I know you donated, but that's like career, love, and health. I'm not doing all that in one question. You're welcome to book a reading with me, but I will talk to you about your government job. Hello, I've been working really hard to get my dream government job since early next year. Okay, let's focus on whether you'll get your dream job first. We're going to focus on career. All right. I see you working your way up the ranks, but I don't see you getting the job, your dream job. I'm being honest. I see you working really hard. Okay. I see you collaborating. All right. Making the right liaisons, trying to even push aside everything else in your life just so you can make this work. But I'm seeing with the 10 of Swords and the Chupacabra that it's almost like out of your control. I feel like there's this energy of like something just doesn't work from the outside, or people don't see you the way that you want to be seen. So, does this mean you won't be working? Does this mean you won't get a job in government? Absolutely not. But it means that you might not get to the status or the position that you want. And I'm not saying that you can't change that. But yeah, I'm not saying you can't change that. It just means that what I'm seeing based on the current path you are on is that you're not on your way to getting the dream. All right. It's going to be a lot more than you realize. And I do feel with the, Knight of Pentacles reversed that this often comes up when someone is not being realistic about the amount of effort or energy they're putting into something. This could mean that they're either putting way too much energy or way not enough. So it may feel like you're working really hard, but it could also be a sense of procrastination or laziness. I know no one likes to be told they're being lazy, but there's a lack of momentum is the energy I'm getting. And I know that's probably not what you want to hear. And let me see if I can give you any guidance on how to write this path. I feel like there is competition for you. And also it has to do with where you live for some reason. I feel like the community you live in may not be, for some reason it feels like the people you're up against are kind of tearing you down. They're against you. Yeah, I could see them pointing fingers at you or using you kind of as a scapegoat. So, do I think you have what it takes? Absolutely. You know, you're a hard worker. You're somebody that will find themselves in a powerful position. But do I see you gaining the status that you're looking for? I feel like it's going to be a challenge for you. And I feel like this is also has to do with somebody that you're up against or somebody that it feels like the community isn't necessarily on your side for some reason. So the good news is I don't feel like the next 5 years are going to be negative for you. I can see you actually having a lot of financial stability, financial security. I feel like, you have a lot more where that came from. And overall, I see you speaking out and really making a difference, but it just is not going to happen on the timeline you're looking for. And this is just pointing to external sources trying to get in the way with you. So that's what I'm seeing energy-wise for you, but I hope that was insightful. And I'm going to move forward. Apologize for that. Okay. All right. So people who are on the list right now is Lisa, Montaigne, Lisa, Tammy, Claire, and Katie. I'm glad that it was helpful on Ask Tornado. I hate giving readings like that, but this was very nuanced. It wasn't like, oh, it's never going to work out for you. All right. Montaigne. Okay. Okay, Lisa, second question. I'm going to look for it. Okay, when will I meet the one for sure? I don't really put myself out there. Let's see what comes up. Getting Sunday being a very important time, a very important day in the spring is coming forward. Yeah, definitely within 5 years. I know that that's kind of vague, but it's giving me springtime, Sunday, 5 years. I'm seeing hills. So this could be like an area where there are hills. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of like greenery. Yeah. And I could see like butterflies. Butterflies are a time of transformation, but they can also indicate that there are butterflies around you. Yeah. Well, like, how will I know? I guess. Well, those are two things, hills and butterflies. But I do feel like you will know because this person is also very into, I see them very into nature, very into like gardening. I'm getting that they might be someone who has children. I'm seeing children involved. Yeah. I'm seeing flowers. So you could meet them around children or flowers. It feels like there are kids around them. Yeah. Yeah. The cards are not being very specific, and I think they're doing that for a reason, Unfortunately, like I don't want to push it. Like I can't push it. If that's what they're saying, that's what they're saying. All right, I'm going to move forward. All right, we have Montaigne next. All right, does it look like Aaron Nesbitt will leave soon? Let's see what's happening. No, I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening at all. I'm seeing them kind of overseeing things in a different way, but I see this person staying. Seeing them in charge. Yeah. Sorry. I feel you. Lisa, I think you have a third question. Do you want to, let me see where it is. Okay. I see it. Okay. What are the intentions of my daughter's father towards me right now? No reconciliation. I'm not looking for that at all. Is he as evil as I think he is? Okay. I'm getting like a very manipulative person. All right. With the patron reversed, this person is manipulative. They might come across in a way that's supportive, but they're somebody that is using you or using the situation to get what they want. The Knight of Cups is that, person that's using their emotions, but also the Page of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. I feel like their words are really cutting deep, causing a lot of chaos. So there's this energy of, this could be financial, like they don't want to support your daughter in some ways, like they're making you pay for it, or they're they're sort of like using your security to make you feel insecure. That is the energy that I'm getting. Okay, Lisa. So I would say if you think he's evil, I would say this is pretty evil, but it's really up to you. It's more like he's taking advantage of the situation financially. Yeah. Wow. I agree, you know. This is meant to happen, but it's not okay. But yeah, you should know his intentions are not pure. Okay. I see you guys after Katie. I will do Montaigne. And then Nella. Okay. Okay, I did Lisa. All right, Tammy, Claire, Katie, Montaigne, and Nella. And I just got Samaya, so I'll add that after Nella. All right. Thank you guys for being here. All right, Tammy, I don't know if you're here, but we're going to do your reading. Since I got married and moved to my current place of residence, I have nothing but bad luck. Can you see why this is happening? Yeah. I agree. You have had a lot of bad luck. Well, if you're worried you're cursed or something like that, I don't see that at all. But I do feel like the universe is kind of like, it feels like things were too like detached, and it's kind of like forcing you into the driver's seat with the Four of Cups, you know, the Hangman. It's like this feeling of nothing's happening, things are in limbo. So now all you can do is take control, you know, take control of your own narrative. It's like the universe is like, hey, we're going to shake things up because this is a major moment for you to get into the driver's seat, for you to get control. The king, this literally just popped out at me. Hang on. The king means control. It means recognizing the amount of privilege that you have and really taking control, reversing. You see this? Reversing the fortune. I didn't even see that until I showed you. So yeah, this feels like a reversal of fortune, a need to suddenly be in the driver's seat of your life, right? With the artist, this feels like, I'm not saying the universe is trying to teach you a lesson, but sometimes this happens. Sometimes it's like, hey, things are too good, too chill, this person needs this power. They need this control. So it's a roundabout way of getting it. And I got your next one, Tammy. So after Samaya. Okay, welcome back, Storytime Kitchen. Yeah. All right, next is Claire. Hey, Claire, you still there? All right. Is there anything I need to know in life or career? Thank you. Let's see what's coming towards you. First of all, I'm getting you moving to a new home, or it feels like a makeover, a home makeover. It just feels like a new environment, new location. I feel like that. But also I'm getting, there's some kind of entity watching over you. It feels like you're divinely protected, like you have a guardian angel. Yeah, it's interesting. If you've been saving up to buy like your dream home or to move or something like that, this feels like a message that you need to bide your time and wait till the right moment. But I see that opportunity coming towards you. So, Claire, that is one of the messages I'm seeing. I feel like family, there's something a celebration coming through about your family, something you're going to need to, something you're going to need to make sure that you acknowledge and celebrate. This could be like an event of some kind, but I am getting family energy. I could see you taking a short trip to go see family or some kind of reunion. It feels like somebody you haven't seen in a while. I'm also getting a horse, so I don't know what that's about, but that is a message that I'm seeing for you when it comes to life in general. I feel like your career, the messages coming through aren't really about your career. I mean, I can ask, but I could actually see you getting some kind of inheritance, or if you've been waiting on answers when it comes to career, this is your initiative to just like take what's yours. All right, I'm going to move forward. Thank you, the Storytime Kitchen. I'm going to add you to the list after Tammy. All right, just to reiterate, guys, we have Katie, Montaigne, Nella, Samaya, Tammy, and the Storytime Kitchen. Thank you, the Storytime Kitchen, for being here. All right. Katie. Camilla, Katie. Okay, will I be able to handle my new job? I'm scared. This job is really weighing on you. All right. Let's see what comes through. Okay, I feel like you are going to face a lot of stress, not gonna lie, okay? I feel like people you're working with might be immature and cause some turmoil for you. But ultimately, I feel like this is a positive message because it's going to be like a positive situation in the end. I'm actually seeing the initiative to move up in your career, in your position. It's just going to take a bit. So I get that you're scared, but I do feel like you're someone that's very resilient, and this is not going to, this is a blip in time. I feel like there's someone that may be a little stubborn. Yeah, absolutely. You're going to be okay. Are you kidding me? I think I've told you this before, but you're somebody that's going to be able to handle a lot. you're going to get through this, you know? I feel like you're like a shapeshifter. You're going to have to be who you need to be, become the person you need to be in order to, you know, make the most of this experience. But yeah, you're going to be okay. It's just, it's a lot. All right, I'm going to add Zodiac. And Montaigne to the list. All right, so next after Katie, it was Montaigne. Will a lot of people end up quitting because of him? I do see people quitting. I see people walking away. The Eight of Cups is the card of abandonment. But I do feel like for every person that walks away, a new person will be hired, you know? New people will come in, and it will kind of be like, what's the point? That's the vibe I'm getting. All right, Montaigne. All right, did that. Okay, Nella, I will post in the comments, okay? Yesterday, I unexpectedly met the guy D. I was a bit tired, but want to see what is coming out of it. Which impact I left. Okay. I'm glad you had fun. Let me see. I'm getting that the impression you left was kind of intense. Like, maybe you just weren't being yourself, but it feels like you came off a little intense. It came off like way too interested or way too into it. That is the vibe I'm getting. It feels like this person is into you, but they're also like, I can't be with them. And I'll show you. I'm getting the Queen of Wands reversed, the King of Pentacles reversed. This is giving me energy of like someone who may be coming across as a little too confident or too entitled. Yeah. I know you were just tired, but it gave the impression that you're not really like a family person, or you're not necessarily like that soft-hearted person. You might have come across as kind of overly confident or arrogant. So I'm sorry. But that doesn't, I mean, you're asking me what they thought of that, and I'm telling you that's what I'm seeing. All right. Samaya, let me see. Okay, Samaya, what is your question? I'm looking. Okay, I would like to know Anthony versus my boyfriend's feelings towards me. All right. Anthony versus my boyfriend. I'm sorry, Nella. That's just the energy I'm seeing. All right. So Anthony versus boyfriend. And guys, after doing Samaya, Tammy, the Storytime Kitchen, Shradak, and Montaigne, I'm no longer taking donations. I'm probably going to go because I'm getting tired. And I don't want to give readings when I'm tired. All right. Let me type that out. Give me a second. All right. Okay, Samaya. All right, Anthony. I feel like your boyfriend can't be themselves with you. It's like let me take that back. It feels like maybe they're too comfortable with you to the point where it can feel kind of toxic. I was thinking like can't, but I see can. So yeah, it feels like there's this energy of like we have this spiritual bond. Being near you can feel like a lot, can feel intoxicating. And I can be myself with you, but also it's work. I'm getting a lot of work, a lot of feeling like questioning things, but sticking through it. Feeling like things are strong enough to stick through it. But I also feel like with Anthony, this is sort of like an awakening moment. It feels like a lot. I'm getting this person is thinking about you a lot. And they want us to have some kind of like, I don't know if it's reconciliation or they want to be on your good side is the energy I'm getting. Like they really want to be on your good side. And they feel kind of like not addicted, but they feel like they want to be around you. They want to think about you. They're listening to you. So I'm getting like two very strong connections, but they each have burdens. So that's the energy I'm feeling. I feel like Anthony may not be showing it because they have a lot on their shoulders. There's a feeling of like having a lot of weight on their shoulders that they're carrying, but also realizing there's more. Does that resonate, Samaya? I feel like your boyfriend is like learning a lot from you, and there's something powerful here. But at the same time, this person, I'm getting Anthony. I keep seeing like, I want to make amends. I want things to be good. That's the vibe. I want things to be good. I want things to work out. So there are feelings on both ends, it feels. All right, guys. I am getting really tired, so I definitely will be stopping after Montaigne. Okay. I'm going to move forward. If you guys want to go deeper with me at a time when maybe I have a little more energy than to answer these one question readings, you guys can always book a reading with me. Tammy. One of our neighbors' mothers visited here, and we noticed that she's practicing dark energy work against my daughter and I. Is there anything negative I would have to clear? What, did you move into a neighborhood of demons? First of all, the Sentinel is telling me that, like, the fact that this lady is focusing so much energy on you is taking a lot of energy from her. There is a consequence to working with dark magic or to focusing on something like this. I feel like a lot of this feelings that you're having, while they're valid, it does feel like you have to understand that she's probably not putting as much dark energy or as much of this like negative energy towards you as you think. Because when the Myrmidon is reversed, it feels like it's not sustainable. You know, it's not sustainable to put that much energy. You have to keep at it. You have to keep going. And that's why when people are like curses and all that, it's not, it's very unusual to attack someone in that way because of how much work it requires to keep that up, you know? They would have to be like constantly putting energy into that, and I don't see that happening. I feel like what you're experiencing, while it's valid, it's also like there's a lack of certainty, which is what is really messing with you. And I feel like the more you can get very clear on the good, very clear on the light, I don't like saying light, but very clear on your energy, cleanse it, in whatever way you see fit. That is when things are going to get better for you. I feel like I keep seeing you like extending your hand to this lady. So it could be that you might be being asked to like reach out to her, You know, people don't come from this dark place just because they're dark. You know what I mean? Like, this is coming from something within them. So I feel like you have this power to heal. You have this power to extend yourself in a way that might actually benefit both of you. You can be that bigger person as well. So hopefully you'll see this, Tammy. I'm just kind of at this point, since I'm going to be stopping after Montaigne, I'm going through, okay, the Storytime Kitchen is next, then Shradak, and then Montaigne. Okay. Is it advised that I keep building with sigh or cut losses? You guys have caught me at the end of my sort of energy rope. So I'm getting a lot of powerful, positive energy coming through if you keep building, okay? With the Four of Wands, you're creating a foundation. You're creating something powerful. The Sun, the happiest card, okay? This is happiness, sunshine, good outcomes. And then we have the King of Swords, which is giving me you feeling like you're in control of the situation. Ball's in your court, okay? So I would say yes. I would say that this is your time to, I would say working with them would be in your favor. Storytime Kitchen. But I do think you will have to be the one to take charge. I could see this being a very happy, fruitful period for you, even if it doesn't feel that way. But don't be afraid to make the tough calls, okay? When I got the Assassin card, sometimes you're going to have to speak up and be a little ruthless, okay? Sometimes you're going to have to just be honest. Say it, you know? Don't beat around the bush, okay? That's the energy that I'm seeing for that situation. All right, I'm going to read the Storytime Kitchen. And then Shradak. I already read the Storytime Kitchen. Okay. Shradak. So your question was, do you see a reconciliation for me and M, Aries? I gotta be honest with you, I'm not seeing it right now. I'm seeing boundaries being crossed. I'm seeing like that this need to move on, this need to heal. I'm seeing them not really thinking about you, not being clear-headed when it comes to you. Yeah, I also am getting the Seven of Swords, which indicates deceit, which indicates somebody not being able to be honest. So I don't feel like I'm not seeing a reconciliation coming through. Shradak. Okay, and then Montaigne. I'm getting, okay, the last one. This is the last question. Oh, you're welcome, Shradak. Last question. Okay, what is coming up for me in romance? Let's see. First of all, I feel like someone wants to confess their feelings to you very soon. There's an expression of love, expression of feelings. And I see it happening soon. Let me see. Yeah, somebody's thinking very highly of you. They're very into you. I could see, I don't know if you were married or I'm getting a lot of marriage energy. But it does feel like people that were very isolated or very like alone coming together. Yeah, so I'm getting a lot of Sagittarius energy and Pisces energy. Okay, so I'm getting like marriage. I'm getting a more, like two people coming together and expressing vows or expressing love. Yeah, so I'm getting Sagittarius and Pisces energy. Yeah. Tammy, I did your reading already, but I'm leaving, so you're welcome to go back and watch it. Yeah, let me see if I can pull a room to get you some insight on maybe like a letter. Whoa. Seeing the letter P coming through. Yeah. And U. So we shall see. All right. Welcome, guys. For anybody tuning in, I'm about to leave because I've been on here for like 3 hours and I'm burning out. But I really appreciate you guys being here. And I will see you next time if you want to tune in. And you're always welcome to book a reading with me on my website. If not, subscribe. And I will try to do my best to get to you. But yay, and happy new moon.